can't just live with a degree, you know. You have to live with experience. You have to experience people, but also those societies, they expose you to real life medicine, if I could say. And you can also further interests, gain skills, talk to people.
Hello beautiful people, my name is Pennelope and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, welcome, and I always say this all the time, please subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to like the video, comment and share it so that it can reach relevant people. And if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back bestie, and thank you for watching yet another video. So today with me, I have the opportunity to invite a beautiful lady, Ubuhle, and we're going to discuss everything medicine, everything med school, how to get into medicine and life in medicine, the balance and everything around that. So I'm going to give Ubuhle an opportunity to introduce herself because personally I don't like introducing my guests. So she's going to introduce herself, she's going to tell us what she's studying, and she's also going to tell us her year of study. To make it more juicy, she's going to tell us one interesting thing about herself and her journey in life. So Buhle.
Hello everyone, my name is Buhle Mbofu. I am studying medicine. I am a third-year medical student, and I think one interesting thing about me is that I'm also into content creation, so I like to share about my life in medicine and all that good stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and actually Buhle has a TikTok and an Instagram that you can follow. I'm going to plug it below. She's also a content creator, a very confident lady, so I just didn't invite just anybody on this channel. Yeah. So without wasting any time, let's get to the conversation. Let's get to the questions. Are you ready, Buhle?
Yeah, I'm ready for this.
Oh, but first, I have an icebreaker for you.
Okay.
So, before we start, I'm just gonna do this little icebreaker. I'm going to ask you questions. So, not like questions, but it's more like options. I'm going to give you options and you're just gonna choose one.
Choose which? Okay.
Okay. So, BMW or Mercedes?
Mercedes, guys. I'm a Mercury. Until.
Girl, BMW all the way.
No. Now, guys, comment down below, BMW or Mercedes.
Please, because BMW for me, most definitely a Beamer. So, TikTok or Instagram?
Right now, TikTok.
Why right now?
I think, I don't know, with Instagram, I feel like people are serious. Very serious. But TikTok is very chilled, so I really like the vibe there.
Okay. So, night owl or early bed?
Early bed.
Okay, well, I'm also an early bed actually. I'm also an early bed. So, pathology or pharmacology?
I'll say pharmacology. I really like the drugs.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Pharmacology is the way to go. Okay, so let's get into the discussion. Let's get into the video. So the first question that I'm gonna ask, that we're gonna talk about, is medicine in general. So Buhle, when did you know you wanted to do medicine?
I think for me, I've always wanted to do medicine. Like, I'm really one of those kids from a young age. I always wanted to be a doctor. And I think going to grade 9, we had a project in LO, I think, yeah, to basically research different careers. I think that's when I actually started to find out about other careers, and I was deterred from medicine. So I was like, oh, I want to do actual sciences, I want to do chemical engineering. But grade 12, when we were doing applications, medicine was always my first choice. And I think after I got the exception letter to study medicine, that's when I knew I'm going to study medicine. So it was always been a thing. I wanted to study medicine from a young age.
Oh, so you got the confusion in grade 10 that maybe I could consider
something else. Yeah.
Relatable actually, because also with me on my side, actually no, let me not lie, I didn't know I wanted to do medicine from a young age. But when I got into grade 10, it was like, because I did accounting and physical sciences, so it was like do I really want medicine or do I want to do accounting
Yeah.
science? And also, I feel like I judged what I wanted to do based on my favorite subject. So I was like, I love accounting, so I want to do accounting science without really knowing what accounting science is. So I feel like when you get to those grades, the confusion actually starts. What do you want to do and everything around that.
I think that's why it's really important to do research and also watch videos like this, because I think for me, I started watching on YouTube day in the life of a chemical engineer of an actual scientist to see what they actually do in their day-to-day lives. Then that's when it cemented that no, medicine is what I actually want to do. Yeah.
Watching videos like this, guys, watching videos like this. So what subjects did you take in high school?
Okay, so I took geography, life sciences, physical sciences, and mathematics.
Okay, so you took those subjects, and those are the subjects that are actually required to get into medicine, right? Because I also did the same subjects, but I did accounting instead of geography. So how many universities did you apply for?
I applied to 6 universities. I was quite scared because people were like, the acceptance rate for medicine is low, so it's like hard to get in. So I applied to as many as I could. Yeah. 6.
So was WITS your first option? Did you want to be here?
No, that was my second option.
You wanted to get to Cape Town?
Yes.
I know it. It's either UCT or WITS, guys. I know it. But with me, that was not the case. I actually wanted to go to University of Pretoria, and it was either UP or WITS. But my parents didn't like Pretoria, and also I feel like I have a sister in Joburg, so they were like, WITS, you'll be closer to your sister. They were actually so protective. They didn't want me to. But also I felt like I didn't want Cape Town because I felt like it's too far. Also, actually, I don't like being far from family. I felt like Cape Town is too far, and now if I'm going through a lot or I have emergencies,
really go to see your family.
Yeah, So it was either UP or WITS. But then with Pretoria parents, because I remember when I got the acceptance at UP, I held onto it. I didn't want to. I had registered at WITS by that time, but I didn't want to reject the offer. Because I was like, UP, I'm going to Pretoria. But then,
But I think I'm really glad that WITS did accept and I came to WITS. Everything works out in the end, guys.
Everything works out. WITS is nice,
yeah.
WITS is
fate.
WITS is where it's at, actually. So I didn't get to write an NPT test, but I want the audience to actually know about the NPT test, because I did matric in 2020, and COVID and everything, and I had registered for the test. I had paid for it, but because of COVID I didn't get to write the test. So I'm just gonna ask Michelle here to please tell us more about the NPT test and the pass mark that you need for the test to qualify for medicine.
Okay, so I think firstly different universities have different requirements for how much you need to pass, right, for the NPT. So I remember, I think the UCT wanted proficient and 1 intermediate or something like that. And I think for WITS it was 1 proficient and 2 intermediates, because what I got 1 proficient and 2 intermediates. Yeah. And then I think that's why then UCT rejected me, because I didn't get 2 proficients. But WITS took me. But the NPT test is the national benchmark test, I think, to basically see if you're ready for university. And because I was also post-COVID-ish, I wrote online, and it was quite difficult, I'm not gonna lie, and I don't think I prepped as much as I should have, but I still did it, and it was doable. It's doable. But I think prep like a lot. YouTube, there are many students who have papers and like do NPT papers on YouTube, so I think you should really check that out if you're gonna be writing your NPT test. But prep as much as you can and get the best mark possible.
Okay, I'm actually glad I didn't get to write that test. I think that was a blessing. That was a very, very big blessing. I'm glad. I don't know how I would have performed though, guys. But yeah, for you to get into medicine, on top of using your grade 11 results to actually apply, you need to write NBT in matric, because that NBT is also a requirement. So as much as you apply with your grade 11 results and you qualify for medicine, if you don't write that NBT, you won't get into medicine. So the NBT test is very important. And also another important thing that I would like us to actually talk about is the requirements to get into medicine. I think we spoke about subjects, but now what percentage you need to get to qualify to study for medicine. So I'm going to give Buhle a chance to actually explain that. Yeah, so
Okay. So because the last time I applied for medicine was in 2021, and I think then it was 60. Is it 60% or 65%? I'm not sure. And you have to do maths. And I think you have to do physics or life sciences. But really, the best thing you should do is to just aim for 80 and above, because it is so competitive. Many people want to get in, and also things like there are a lot of people want to get into medicine and they get really good marks. So getting 60% or 65% is not enough. I think you should really just aim for the best mark possible. And yeah, so aim for 80 and above, and I think you have a really good chance of getting in. Secondly, marks are not enough. You should apply to as many universities as you can. I think there are 10 universities in South Africa that offer medicine.
yeah.
So if this is what you really want to do, apply to as many universities as you can.
Yeah. Personally, I think they should change the requirements to at least 70 or 80 on the website, because 60, there's no way you're getting, okay, maybe, but chances are low that you get into medicine with 60s. Chances are very low. People are getting 90s out there. People are passing these days. So, yeah, as we just said, aim for 80s or above. If you can't, at least 70s, or at least just get 5 distinctions, guys. Yeah. So, without wasting any time, guys, I promised short videos, but then I think this will be a little bit longer because it's more like a math discussion. So, yeah. So, moving on to the next question, we're going to talk about medicine and societies and committees. So, Buhle is part of the South African Association of Medical Students, right?
Yeah, I think, yeah.
It's part of SAMA, and she's also a house committee of the Getten Hall residents at WITS University. And yeah, so she's part of like societies, and she's part of like a committee. So I want to ask, how would you advise? Would you advise a medical student to be part of a society, or is it too much for you?
I think I would advise you to be part of a society. Medicine is not like coming to med school. You can't just live with a degree, you know. You have to live with experience. You have to experience people, but also those societies, they expose you to real life medicine, if I could say. And you can also further interests, gain skills, talk to people, because in SAMSA, well, I'm part of outreach, and so what we do sometimes that we go to children's home and we volunteer there. And also in terms of housecom, you gain skills like for example, in housecom, so I'm the deputy secretary, so I'm the media basically person. And editing skills, there's so many things that you learn there, time management, because if you have so many things going on in life, you really have to make sure that your time is managed well. So I really do encourage people to be part of societies. You get to meet people, you get to meet so many different people. I know now so many seniors because of that. So it's a really great thing. I think as a medical student, you can't just do school only, you have to do other things as well. Yeah.
Nice. Because also, I'm also part of the Medical Students Council for 2023/2024. And I'm actually going to make a separate video on this. But then when I joined council, I was just too ambitious. Okay, I'm joining council, this and that. But then actually what I'm getting out of it now is so amazing, because yeah, the idea of getting to meet new people, because my council members are now we are one big family. Like, I got to know seniors, I get advice for free. When we are just sitting, we're just speaking. And also I'm the project and events officer. So as Musha said, I get to get experience because I organize events, I organize projects, and if something is falling apart, I have to make sure that I fix it quickly. And also having a lot of things to do also, I have to manage my time. Sometimes it feels like it's a lot, but when I sit down and reflect, I actually see that, okay, being part of something is actually important, because it actually also removes your mind off med school, because it can't always be school, guys. So medicine, societies, I thought Busho would have like a different opinion about it, also considering she's part of like 2 societies. kind of. So I thought she would see it differently, because sometimes I feel like it's a lot for me, but sometimes I'm like, okay, it's actually very beneficial to be part of something, to actually know people, to actually meet people. So yeah. So moving on to the next question, I'm going to ask about coping mechanisms. So the question about coping mechanisms is actually a question that I get often on Instagram. So when I post those ask me a question kind of stories, people are asking me about coping mechanisms, coping with failure, and also coping with the workload in med school. So firstly, ask about coping with failure. How do you cope with failing?
I think my first failure was in first year. I remember very well. It was block 2 physics, I think, and I got 33% for that test. But at that time, because
Can I ask which
yeah,
module?
it was physics.
Oh, you
It
said
was
physics. Oh,
yes,
yes,
physics. So, because, okay, for our first test in chemistry, I think we were told by seniors, you're gonna fail the test, so be ready. So when I got 55%, I got 55, so it was just a pass. But in first year, I'm gonna say I just gave up. I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna let God take the wheel because it is above me. But what I did to cope with failure is that I asked for help. Like, that's what really helped me, because in physics I really didn't understand what was going on, and that really the reason why I failed. So I had to get extra lessons, and I think you just have to realize that you won't know everything. Just because in matric you did so well for physics doesn't mean that's gonna be the same thing in university. So I literally like went for extra lessons. I was putting in the hours, and that's really how I got, or like how I was able to then pass for physics. But coping with failure, I think because my other friends also failed, it was just like, oh, well, I'm not the only one, so it is what it is, and you just move on from it. There's nothing you can do, because if you're gonna sit in your sadness, it's not gonna help anything. So what I did instead was just, okay, let me reflect. Why did I fail this? How can, like, what can I do differently to get better marks? And that's it. So I just moved on from it. I looked at my test. I was like, I expected, because even exactly like after we wrote the test, I called mom. I was like, I failed this test. I knew that I failed the test before I even got my marks. So it was something that I expected. But after that, I just told myself I can never fail anything again. Like, before going to a test or exam, I should make sure that at least I know like 70% of the work to ensure that I get really good marks. So from then on, I don't remember failing anything that's significant. So that for me was a wake-up call to be like, you cannot slack, you really have to work hard. And from then on, yeah. So that failure was a lesson for me to like, you cannot fail again. Yeah.
Nice, nice. I actually liked that response, because for me, failure, I feel like failure is more like an opportunity to try again, and this time with change, kind of. So it gives you an opportunity to try again. As you said, it's more like a lesson. I feel like if you don't fail in life, you'd never like really be perfect. So I failed multiple times. I'm not even going to talk, not really like school failure, but more like life failures. Trying to do something, then I'm failing. Trying to do something, and then I'm failing. But then okay, it does hurt. It's too deep sometimes, but it's an opportunity to actually reflect and be like, okay, why did I fail when I was trying to do this? Why did I fail this module? What can I change? What can I do differently to actually like do better this time? So failing is part of life, man. Failing is part of life. We have to take it as it is and just move on. But also we have to reflect on it and be like, why did I fail? What should I change? Should I change this course? Do I really like it? Because I feel like everything happens for a reason. You could be failing because that's not where you belong. Or you could be failing because now, for example, in medicine, you're doing skills and you're failing, you're trying to do venipuncture and then you're failing. It's more like, okay, you need to improve your skill, do it better this time. So failure is there, guys. Failure is there, and you just have to like take it as it is and reflect, as we said. So now let's talk about coping mechanisms in medicine, Because I feel like most people, as far as I've heard, okay, this are just rumors because it doesn't apply to me. It's more like, medicine is hard. When you go to the hospital and you see these people are sick and this and this and this. Some doctors drink, some doctors smoke, hey, whatsoever. The workload is a lot. So we're going to hear everything. We're going to hear his side. Like,
my coping mechanism.
Yeah.
Definitely not alcohol, guys, or substance abuse, because that's dangerous. That's a road you don't want to go down in. But for me, honestly, my coping mechanisms is my friends. Like, if I can just in a day get to chill with my friends, hang out, that for me, like, it really, I don't know, it makes my day, and then from there I can go on to go about to do my work. But really, I don't know, maybe social media, it's a bad one. But if I'm just scrolling on TikTok, laugh a lot. Then yeah, also gym. I don't gym that much. I try maybe once in a while. It's really a nice thing to just, clear your head. But I think for me, it's going to Rosebank almost every single weekend. Yeah, I really like retail shopping. That does it for me. So I don't really have a coping because like, I go to gym, I do this. But for me, it's really hang out with friends. Like those people, yeah. If I'm with my friends, everything is right, guys. There's nothing that can go wrong. So for me, having friends in medicine is so important. Like having people that you can go through life with, struggle with, go study with. So really, having friends in medicine is what is helping me to get through it every single day. Going to study at med school, going to the library, go wishing, it's me and my friends. So yeah, that's my coping mechanism.
Why do I feel like you are a kind of like a different version of me? Like I see a version of me in you, because literally similar, guys. Like same. My friends are my coping mechanisms. And also during exam week, I feel like when you advance though, when you get to third year, it's that thing when you get to third year, you write after every 6 weeks or 5 weeks. So the last week of when you're preparing for that test, things are going down, you're going, but then the only people that will carry you through that are your friends. I would literally just go to my friend's room because we stay at the same res, and I'll literally knock and we'll just laugh about it together that it's chai, we are going down, and we'd literally discuss, did you go over this? No, I didn't go over this. I think this is important, Guys, friends
you can study with as well. Like as you say, to go to friends like, did you do this? Please explain this to me. That's what's important.
Very much. Yeah. Friends you can panic with, because I feel like you can't do medicine alone. You cannot. If you're thinking you're gonna do medicine alone, you won't survive. You need your friends you can go out with, distress with, study with. Friends, guys. Yeah. Friends.
Just choosing your friends wise, I think, is important, because you couldn't just be going out every single weekend. So friends are like, no, Bushle, you're writing in 2 weeks, so go study. Yeah, so having friends.
True. And also I feel like having friends in your degree also. I feel like, okay, you can have friends outside of your degree. I do have friends outside of medicine. We hang out, we have fun. But also having friends in medicine that you can relate to. Friends that you can call and ask. Friends, because we do share summaries also. We do share a lot of things. So actually knowing people and having those kind of friends is very, very, very much important. I like that coping mechanism. We actually have the same coping mechanisms. Friends. Most definitely. But then also, I don't want us to skip the part about medicine having let me put it this way. Let's talk about medicine and mental health.
Okay.
Like medicine having a very, very huge impact on doctors' mental health. Or medical students. Let me say medical students, because medicine medical students, mental health, to a point whereby they go into substance abuse. To a point whereby some commit suicide. What do you think about that?
I think for me, firstly, the first time having a mental health issue, if I could say, was like in university, and it was unbelievable, because in high school I didn't really feel that overwhelmed about schoolwork, right? But here the schoolwork, like the workload is so much, and yeah, it was just so bad, especially in first year. I think that was like one of the worst. Like first year for me, no, it wasn't my best year. But we know we have support systems such as the OSS. So last year I actually went to the OSS and saw a therapist, and that really, really helped. So I think you should really take care of your mental health and get professional help. I think that's what's important. And at university you have professionals at your disposal. So you should really like see people at OSS, see therapists. I think that's what's really gonna help. And also maybe try to not lean into substance abuse or alcohol. Like don't have a drink in your room that you can just easily access. Yeah, so I think just seeking professional help and then also talking to your friends, because I think they can then put sense into you, like, no, you cannot go to drink or you cannot do this and this and this. But yeah, a lot of people do go through the most in medicine, so just being kinder to one another in general, but also knowing that medicine is not your whole life, so you can't really like ignore your mental health. You should really like take care of your mental health, because yeah, no, it's really important.
Because on my side, I would say same actually, same. Because high school, I started having anxiety when I got to varsity actually. I don't know where this anxiety was coming from, but also just being here away from home, school, the workload, everything, yo guys. And also I went to seek help at the OSS, I saw a therapist, and also on my side, in second year, I had a lot of anxiety and mental health issues because of my mother's passing, and yeah, it was just a lot, schoolwork plus dealing with grief. It became a lot, but because I saw it and I acknowledged it, I was like, okay, you're going down now, it's bad. My friends were there for me too, and also yeah, seeking professional help. I went to see a therapist. I think I went for therapy for like a full year, from second year in the middle to third year in the middle also, if not the beginning, but it was close to a year. So I went to therapy and I think it helped because I'm at a much more better space now. So yes, medicine is that tough, and we see a lot, we experience a lot, but if you love it, you cope. Most definitely, if you love it, you cope. But also it's important to recognize that I'm not coping and I need help. So yeah, and then just a random question in the middle. Your go-to study technique, especially when last minute
Studying.
yeah.
What do you call it? I think it's active recall. For me, I talk to myself. If I can explain something to myself, then I know it. That's my go-to. If I have like a few hours left to study, I'm just gonna talk myself through everything and then go. I think that's that's my go-to study method.
What about everyday study method? Like how do you study when you're not under pressure?
If I'm not under pressure, I think I really take things slow. So I first review the lecture, just literally read through it, highlight what's important, and then I can go through the lecture again, now actively recalling, and then after that do questions. Things on a perfect day, that's what I usually do. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so on to the last question. We're almost at the end of the video. So the last question, advice to someone who wants to do medicine.
This is a heavy one. So I think number one, just have your why. Why are you doing medicine? Why do you want to do medicine? Because as you said, medicine is so tough, and there are times where like you doubt, like, am I even gonna be a good doctor? And then when you're facing failure or things like that. So if you really have your why, like why do you want to do medicine? Why do you want to get into this degree? And then secondly, just know when you come here, you're gonna work hard every single day of your life. Like you have to wake up and choose commitment. It's really tough. But if it's something that you love, you can definitely do it. And for me, what I always do is that I look at people who've become doctors. If they can do it, then I also can do it. So that's what really keeps me going and helps me. But come do medicine, guys. I think I've seen some people scare people like, don't do medicine. It's what? No, guys.
Yeah.
Come do medicine. So if you want to do medicine, go pursue your dreams. Like, don't let anyone or anything stop you from that. And then when you come here, work hard every single day of your life, and you'll make it to the end. I think, yeah, that's what I can say.
Come do medicine, guys. We have a shortage of doctors in South Africa. Come do medicine. Yeah, so thank you so much, Michelle. We have come to the end of our video. I think I've asked all the relevant questions and I think she has answered them very well. I think we had like a good discussion. But then if you have any burning question that you want to ask, you can always drop it in the comment section and we're gonna respond there. And yeah, thank you very much for watching this video. See you again next time. No problem. Thank